Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Sunday, January 19th, 2020. Thanks for joining me. I want to bring you all some said information from CBS News. An interview took place last week on January 15th. It's pertaining to Mr. Russell Simmons. During this interview, three ladies were interviewed by the host, and they are stating that they were sexually assaulted by Mr. Russell Simmons back in the early 90s, period of 91, 95. And there is an upcoming documentary that will be coming to the Sundance Film Festival at the end of the month. So check your local listings to see about finding or watching that said information. And if I get the information, I will bring it to you as a way to find out how to watch that documentary if you're interested. But anyway, during this interview for CBS News, the ladies are stating their encounters with Mr. Russell Simmons. And Oprah, as of December 19, 2019, was listed as an executive producer for this documentary. But Mr. Simmons had been rallying on social media privately and publicly denying the allegations. And now, as of last week, Miss Oprah Winfrey has pulled out, stepped away from the documentary. She has given a statement stating that there were creative differences for her reason for stepping away, and that she feels that there needs to be more work done to the film to illuminate the full scope of what the victims endured. And that also due to the timeline of the allegations, that naturally more women need to participate in the documentary, since it has been alleged that most of the storyline, I guess, is centering around this Miss Drew Dixon. So we will see how that fares out. But Oprah has made it clear. She had sent a letter to the producers of the film last week saying that she believes the women, and also had made a statement that she wants it to be known that she unequivocally believes and supports the women, but yet she is not involved with the film at the current moment. Now, the producers of the film wants everyone to know that with or without Oprah Winfrey's direction, participation with this film, that they will go forward and air the said documentary on the Sundance Film Festival. This, I just want to make sure I'm giving everything to you guys. Oh, and also Mr. Russell Simmons, when he was, rallying for this said information about these sexual allegations from these women, and basically, I guess, trying to appease to Miss Winfrey, he was curious to her involvement once he found out that she was the executive producer at the time. He was curious to her involvement, and I guess the direction that she would be working with these people on this film and where it would be going. He wanted it to be known that he has never been violent with women, nor has he ever forced himself on anyone. So that's the said information I have thus far pertaining to this news interview. Please check it out on CBS News. It's a very interesting interview with the three women talking of their experiences with Mr. Simmons and the allegations that they have brought forth this many years later. Most of these women, naturally, they are older women now. They were incidents that took place in their early 20s with Mr. Simmons. So it is up to your decision if you believe the said information that they are bringing forward about Mr. Simmons. I will give my commentary now. I'd heard whispers about him being a womanizer a couple years back, that he was very, well known with the ladies back in his heyday. I don't know if he was even still partaking with many numerous women at the time that the people at the story had broke then years back, because I really don't keep up much with what he had been doing at the time. But he wants it to be known that in this day and time, he would be considered a womanizer compared to what, he would have been labeled back then as a playboy. But now, future time, modern time, the word would be, the label would be, excuse me, a womanizer. But back then, he would have been labeled a playboy. I think one thing, let me say this. This is not to offend any ladies that watch this program or will view this video. But one thing I noticed during the interview with the ladies, that all the ladies were of a lighter skin complexion. So the first thing I thought was, well, this is obviously his taste in women. He likes a lighter skinned lady. We know that he also married a lighter skinned lady who was of Korean and African American mixture, heritage. And not to throw shade or anything like that, just saying, I noticed the ladies that gave the interview to CBS were lighter complected women. So I just took it that that was his preference even then as a young man, you know, dating and courting women. Now, I don't know who these women will be in the documentary. That was not revealed. I don't know how they look or where they're from, but there will be some women in the documentary, allegedly, who will be given similar revealing similar allegations against Mr. Simmons in this said documentary that will be airing at the Sundance Film Festival. So I will see how that goes if I get a chance to watch it. I'll bring you a said update. But what I think is so interesting about this, and I'll be brief because I really don't know very much about Mr. Simmons' past and different entanglements with women. Many people will question the women, as people have done with the said allegations that have come across other men that have been in the entertainment business. People will wonder, why have they waited so long to say something? I can attest to that because it's not my story. But one thing I will say as far as why women don't report being, and girls, molested, sexually groped, sexually assaulted, forcible rape, whatever word you like to use, it's because most people, most women, girls at the time probably feel no one will believe me. So imagine here is this young guy up and coming in the music industry. Who's going to believe he raped you? I've heard it out of a guy's mouth once. Why would he lie about messing around with a woman, woo, woo, woo? Basically saying, oh, well, the guy's popular. He can get any woman he want. Why would he lie on you or this girl or that lady? Because people do all type of crazy things. And when people see someone who is popular, nice looking, not all cases, they're not going to think the worst of them. And you hear that a lot when men have been accused of sexual assault. Why would he do that to her? He's a nice looking guy. He's got a lot going for him. He's popular. He's known to play this sport or that, or he's great at this, or he's known for this. You understand what I'm saying? When the guy is a popular guy, well known, especially famous, no one will believe that he would rape a woman because they feel like he has a lot going for himself. He has no need to rape a woman, sexually assault a lady, girl. And you hear this a lot from men. They always say that. You also have women who will jump on board and be like, oh, I don't believe that about him. They messed around with him. They just mad because he broke up. Woo, woo, woo. Well, as you see in this interview, each woman's account is different than the other one. One was a first-time date. One was a girl he dated, but they broke up. And a sexual assault, alleged sexual assault occurred. Another is a lady who worked with him, and he led her up to his place. She was there to do something, business, only supposed to take 5 minutes, and next thing you know, he assaulted her. So each situation is not similar with these three who were interviewed by the CBS News outlet. But as I state, it is up to you to come to your own conclusions of these allegations by these said women and what will be revealed in the documentary that will air at the end of the month. And as I state, a lot of women, girls, don't report sexual assault because they don't think anyone would believe them. They may fear for their safety. They fear being ostracized, outed, harassed, because we know a lot of terrible things have come from women and girls alleging that they were sexually assaulted, a lot of heat comes down by saying, yeah, that guy, that man did this to me. And as I state, when you are a known person, popular person, famous man, that you will get a lot of people who will rally behind that said person and not believe the accusers because of that person's status. And that's just my short, brief synopsis of this said situation. When I get an update pertaining to this Russell Simmons scenario, I will bring you an update because it should surely be interesting considering the fact that the documentary will be airing at the end of the month. Naturally, there will probably be a lot of backlash from the said allegations. There'll probably be a lot of hoopla about the women, who they are, why they're saying something now, why did they do the documentary, if it's true what they're saying, is this just, for attention. You're going to hear all that type of rhetoric. Anytime someone makes an allegation of anything, it's always why now? That was so long ago. I'm sure we'll hear all that, but mainly we will want to hear from Mr. Russell Simmons, and I'm sure he will give a statement once the documentary airs. But he has made it clear that any relationship he has had has been consensual with any said woman, and he has never forced himself on any woman, and he has never been a violent man. Well, he appears to be a quiet gentleman. I've noticed that in some of his commentary and interviews. And my mother used to say as a child, she is deceased now, but she used to say to me as a young girl, it's the quiet ones that make the most noise. Take it as you will. Until the next update, I am Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Like, share. Please drop your comments below. Tell me what you think of this said information. And honey, I will be back with an update because I'm sure, the block will be hot, baby, when that documentary airs. This seems to be the year for documentaries pertaining to men in the music industry. Mercy, mercy me. But thanks a lot for joining me. Thank you so much. You all have a blessed week. Hope you have a wonderful and safe holiday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Martin Luther King. Wonderful, wonderful day in America. And I hope you all celebrate it safely and humbly as possible. Thank you guys for joining me. Love you guys so much. And until the next update, Everyday Shenanigans. Bye-bye.